Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in. As always, lovely to spend time with you. Now, today I thought I'd create a design, something similar to this one. And it all starts, well, two reasons we're going to do this. One, quite a few of you have been in touch and messaged me and said that you need to make some quick cards, also ones that are suitable for men or for couples, and you don't want them to almost be too girly, which I understand. I mean, it's like, I think the beauty of it, when we hand make a card, we can make it specifically for a particular person or a particular friend. And often, I mean, I know my friends that love poppies and all the ones that love sunflowers, that snowdrops, and I can tailor my design, and I always think it's more special. If I make a wedding card, I try and find out what colour the bridesmaids are wearing so that I can actually theme it with the colour. I also make a note, so when I make the anniversary cards, I use the same colours. Obviously, unless it's a special one like a ruby. Just because I think that little extra touch, in this day and age where everything happens so fast and things can be so impersonal, it's lovely when we can just let somebody know we care and we've put a little bit of thought in. So this is the design I've come up with. And I thought an ideal stamp for a man's card is our beautiful pheasant. And although we've got a little bit of almost floral stamping, it's almost quite generic. I'm thinking, ivy, and we had to have the lovely poppy heads. I just love these seed heads. And I've stamped my envelope, as always. Sorry, excuse me. Permanent ink and some lovely Posca, which is acrylic paint, so permanent when it dries. But the best bit for me about this, that all started off as a scenescape. Now, I must admit, when I look on the website, and I do a lot, sometimes I miss things. I know a few of you the same. You message me and say, where's this hidden? It's just finding things. And I love Scenescapes, but I discovered these smaller ones the last time I was doing a workshop at the shop. How I'd missed them, I don't know. But, I did. And I just thought these are fabulous for smaller cards. Now, I know you're going to ask me the size, sort of just 4¼ inches square, that one. And this one is, so it's 3¾ wide by 5¼ inches. But I think these are perfect for smaller cards, and so many of you have been in touch and said about smaller cards. Now, I know you're going to ask me the name, so this one, and I love the ones where we've got the moon, because for me that's instantly given me a place to put a focal point, or I can use it as a spotlight. So this one is called Autumn Hues. So that's that one. I will add all the names in the description at the end. Then there's another one here, and this is the square one. And I'm thinking this would be great on a 5x5 or 6x6 square card. And this one is called Summer Meadow. Now, again, if you're somebody who's thinking of ordering the fabulous new Versafine Clair, soon as we get them in stock, we're going to let everybody know, so keep an eye open. But look, decide what colours you want now. I'm thinking this is going to be fabulous toning in with those colours. Or if not, maybe bring the purples out, look. The monarch would be beautiful stamped on there. Maybe some blue, some twilight. And look, that light blue there. What about warm breeze? I mean, again, are you like me? Do you think in colours when you see things? Now, the one I'm going to use, I'm going to pop those. Obviously, I had to buy all 3 sets because I'm thinking if I need an emergency card, these are just brilliant. Now, this one is Stardust. And in each pack, look, you get 4. Obviously, I've used one on my card. But when you think that created into that. So if you do need a quick card, these, I always sort of, when I'm making an order, I try and just add a couple of things like this that I can have in for emergencies. Now, I'm just going to put those back in there. So bear with me, because do you know what? If I just put them on the side, I don't want them, I could end up getting ink on them, or, and you know me, I have a habit of filing things on the floor next to Mr. Eric. So there we go. Keep them in the plastic. So I'm just going to start, and they're a beautiful surface to stamp on. And good quality. I could tell you what GSM if I was clever. Does it tell me? Oh yes, 220 gram card. Beautiful. Right, pheasant. And if you're one of our new followers, and I know it's fabulous, we've got so many, so thank you. Use your acetate. And I'm thinking, now, it might be you want the pheasant in the middle, so it's beautifully spotlighted. But I'm thinking we're going to either have to extend that, which you could, trim this down, but that would be a shame. It's so beautiful. So I'm thinking if I just get it off the edge, look, the pheasant is still just in. And I quite like the bit that is sort of partly in and partly out. So that's what I've decided to do. But again, your choice, your design, have fun. And, you know, as always, if you do create these, if you've got these, I mean, have you got them before me? Am I the last one to the party with these? Because, you know, sometimes it happens. But I'd love to see what you've created with them. Also, if you use the pheasant stamp, I'd love to see what you've created with him. He's so good, so useful, and he makes great Christmas cards. Well, obviously, he doesn't make them. It would be a bit silly, wouldn't it? Oh, actually, very useful. That could be very useful if he did. I think we'd all be batting him, wouldn't we, if he was going to make our Christmas cards for us. But he is great to use on a festive design or a winter birthday. Right, so I'm just going to want him about, so we're going for that there. And don't worry, if you miss a little bit at the end, that's what your black fine liner's for, or black ink, or blend some dark ink round the edge. There's always ways round it. You know what we're like, ladies and gents. We have ways round things. Now, again, is a silhouette. Now, I'm being mindful. They're quite matte, these. They're not over shiny, so they're not slippy. They're lovely to stamp on. But I find I do need to let that ink soak in. So for me, I just give it an extra little couple of seconds and peel it off slowly. But there we go. That's beautiful. I'm happy with that. Now, like I say, at the base, I've got this lovely stamp, and it's off the group Poppies. And you've got the poppy head. So if you haven't got it, let me get it out to show you. So you've got the poppy head, look. Beautiful open poppy. A poppy nearly out, and the lovely buds. And I just love these. So that's what I'm going to use. Now, they look lovely if you use all three together. But again, like I say, I didn't want this to be sort of over florally. So, and I'll do this in black. So we'll have a lone one over here. And then let's have, and I'm going to stamp straight over the bars on here because it's black on black, it's fine. And I think I'll just do a second generation there. So give that a wipe again. I'm just wiping it with a damp cloth and then my inky binky. And then let's come in with some grass. So I've got the orchard grass. I love the field grass, but I think it will be a bit tall for this. So I'm thinking orchard grass. Now, when I was looking at my colours, I picked out this lovely greeny colour. And I've gone for my new Versafine Clair, the Avocado. Now, don't worry, if you haven't got this, I think verdant would look beautiful. So, you know, as always, we've got choices. But I'm just going to put a couple first, second and third generation. And if I show you, I have to say, look how lovely that colour does team up. So, as I say, I don't want to overcook it. I think I need a bit of height there. So maybe one there. And then just a couple over here. Maybe just. Now, what I like to do, again, I'm just going to give my stamp a bit of a wipe with a damp cloth and then just to dry with my inky binky. I like that design, but for me, it's not quite tying it all together. So what I find is if I come in and just put some black ink on my orchard grass and just add a couple, don't want to overcook it, in black at the front. What it does, it will ground the design, but also make it look more of a cohesive design, so it all goes well together. Right, just one more in the corner, just here. And again, if you look, it ties it all together, it grounds it, and I just think it looks so much better. And also, if you look, we've got perspective, because it now brings this stamp into the front, and then we've got stamp in there which knocks behind, and your second generation goes even further into the distance. So again, it's built up that interest at the foreground. So again, we'll give that a wipe. And I'm looking at what I can add at the top. So I think I'm just going to turn it round. I'm going to come in with the lovely leaf creeper, and this is the smaller one. And I'll come back in with that lovely green. And again, I want some dangly bits. It's quite funny, when we had our recent workshop at Lavinia, there was quite a lot of talk. One of the ladies asked me what my dangly bits were. So on this occasion, the dangly bits are the leaf creeper. But it just looks nice, and I'm sort of grouping it. Again, when we start off, we tend to stamp straight across the top, almost like a fringe, don't we? But then when we look in nature, it just looks better if it's sort of grouped. So I think I'll stop with the green there. But what I'm going to bring in is I've got lovely falling ivy. And in black, look again, you see how it really frames it? It almost looks like there's something missing at the top there. But as soon as you put that there, that cohesive design, yeah. And so this, we're going to come in with the black. So I'm just going to turn my work round. And I've noticed, look, I've got ink on the corner of my block. So I just need to clean that. Me being me, if I don't, I know I'm going to get ink. It's just come a bit higher. So I'm going to frame it. So I like to just put one down each edge. So we'll put one down this edge as well. And then I don't want it to look too symmetrical. So I think this side I'm going to add 2. And then there's a little space there. So we'll just turn it round and have a look. Yes, I like that. And I think when I add some there, again, if you're not sure, acetate, yeah, lovely. I'm going to turn it round. As you know, I have to turn mine round. It's just the way my head works. We're all different. And I just find, for me, that's the way. Little second generation there. And I think I just want to catch that edge there and a little second, just overlapping over that green. Yeah, I like that. Now, I can't decide if I need one there. So again, right, that's too long. But actually, I quite now, you see, I could open it up to you ladies and gents. What do you think? Yeah, you see, I think if I take that away, it does look like there's something missing. Just there over the top. No, let me think. I think there. Right, I don't want it the same as that, do I? That's too long. No, it's got to be there. Right, I'm going to go for that. So, if you've agreed with me, do you know what? If you like it without, I'm sorry. I'm going to go for this. I don't want it the same as that, do I? I'm going to go for right there. Done. And if we don't like it, tough. It is funny. I don't know about you, but, you know, sometimes I'll do a whole design quite quickly. And then there'll be one little bit and I spend ages almost messing, faffing about over, shall I add it, shan't I? And sometimes I think, our lovely Susan always says, get a grip. And she's right. Sometimes I actually say to myself, and I can hear Susan saying it to me, Jo, just get a grip. And it's like, just make a decision and do it. We are funny. Please don't tell me it's not just me. You know, you are the same, I hope. Right, couple little finishing tricks. So I'm going to come in with the Posca, and I'm also going to use my Wink of Stella. So first of all, my Wink of Stella, I'm just going to add the glisten, and I want to show you that this card does take, even though the Wink of Stella's got quite a high water content with that glitter, takes it beautifully. And if I can try and lift that up and just show you the sheen. And obviously the Wink of Stella, as you know, as it dries, it gets more of a sheen. Now, I just want to add, just go over the lovely highlight on these poppies. Now, also, I want to just put a little bit of highlight on our pheasant. But what I'm going to do, and also just on the top, possibly this edge here, but just to soften it, I'm going to come in with my Wink of Stella. Just go over the top and it'll just activate that Posca. You see, and almost fuzzy the edge, and it just sort of paint with it. And don't worry, because I'll clean the nib. Just to get rid of those harsh edges. Once it's dry, you can't do this, but you can when it's first on, because obviously acrylic paint, so you can move it, look. But once it dries, it's permanent. So I just want to fuzzy that. And also I can take a little bit, look, add it up there. Just drag those edges out to fuzzy them a little bit. Where I want it solid, I'll just leave it solid. But I like that. I think it just, for me, just fuzzies those edges a bit. But also it gives him that lovely shimmer as though he's in the moonlight. Oh, you see, I nearly said dancing in the moonlight. Now, some of you, if you're my age or similar, there was a song called that. But obviously we can't mention song titles, can we? So, Mr. Pheasant, keep still, don't dance. So if I want to clean, look, oh look, it's Wink of Stella just on my card and it's back clear. And then last little thing, I just want to add some white splats. So again, I'm going to give it a shake and then come in with one of my brushes, and I really just want them at the base, look. And I'm just directing at the base and then round the top over that lovely ivy. And I'm not going to put a sentiment on this because I'm going to wait and see. This is going to be my emergency card, so that it could be a birthday card, could be a new home card, get well card. And if I bring in the card and envelope, look. So I've just matted and laid that on there. But in all honesty, look, if you look, you could put it straight on white. You could blend a little bit of ink around the edge if you want. I mean, again, so many alternatives. So there, you beautiful little, and I'll go through the names again. The one we've used today is Stardust, and I'll pop that there. And the other ones we looked at were Summer Meadow and Autumn Hues. Perfect for an A6 card, that. So thanks for popping in. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I hope it's a good week for you. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you have lovely weather. I have to say, ours has been a bit rubbish here, but you know what? We can't change it. So, but all I'll say is Eric's saying he definitely needs some Wellingtons because he's getting webbed feet, bless him. So you take care. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.